nerds, welcome back to another video. Gabriella here. Today is a good day and it's going to get even better because we've got a book haul. Yes. Woo! I've missed doing those. My wallet hasn't, but I sure have. So I don't remember when or where I've acquired every single book in here. I have an idea for most of them. Some of them I actually remember buying, some I do not. So, you know, but you'll have to forgive me over 5 months, like my memory is. Okay, but these are, I'm going to name the stores that they could possibly be from, just so they get their representation, and then we'll move on. So Chapters, Book Depository, Amazon, CLIO bookstore, my independent bookstore, and Book Outlet. Book Outlet. I also got a cheeky little referral code for Book Outlet down below. If it's your first purchase, you get $5 off. I get $5 off. You know, let's help each other out. I would love to go on another Book Outlet shopping spree. That wouldn't hurt. I mean, my wallet, it would hurt, but not the rest of me. And then there's a few that were sent by publishers. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first book I want to talk about is actually Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott. I've been wanting to read this. It is a classic. There's been a few movies made about it, and I'm one of those people who are like, I don't want to watch the movie until I've seen the book, which is hard to do when I don't actually read the books I'm supposed to read. But I really wanted this edition. It is a stunning edition. It is the Puffin in Bloom collection. They have another collection. They have like an entire series of different children's classics. They've got like Heidi and Anne of Green Gables and one or two others. But I wanted to buy the whole box set, but realistically, the one book that really interested me was this one, so I decided to just go ahead and buy it. I believe this was a Black Friday acquirement, actually. I believe it was on sale. So, yeah, it's about four sisters. All I know about this book is what I heard from Rachel in Friends reading this. As you can imagine. I know about nothing. The next book is Witches Steeped in Gold. This one is definitely Books with CLIO. CLIO bookstore. But do I know what it's about? No. But did I realize that there's black women on the cover and that it's about witches and that it seemed to be based on African legend and mythology? Yes. That is all I needed. It is a bit chunkier. Like, I mean, no, it's not that chunky. It's 500 books. Why does it look so thick? Honestly, it's a mystery to me how some books look. Like, you can have this book at 500 pages that looks kind of thick, and then you can have other books that look the same thickness that are like 800 pages. Like, make it make sense. Like, it's so... Anyways. Next, also from from CLIO bookstore, it is Lesson in Vengeance, a dark academia book with some magic in it. Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't remember most of the synopsis of these books, but it's okay. It's giving the vibes. It's all I need. But yeah, I remember going through a dark academia kick early this, like late summer, early fall, because I read my first dark academia that was actually from CLIO bookstore that they had given to me. So, you know, I had to buy another one, and I bought a few others since, and before this one. And I just love the matte velvety feeling. And I also love a very simplistic purple moment on the cover. Just completely outstanding. Next, on sale at Chapters, this I got in early December. I was going to Chapters to get a gift, and I was like, let's see what's in the sale section. And so I had heard about the Guinevere Deception, and as you can see, it was $6. I mean, when is a book $6 at Chapters? That's like, you know, the original cover. Like, it's not like an old classic that they have like a weird funky cover for. It's like a regular book, a YA book, and most of these were pretty battered. This one has just a few scratches on the cover, so you know what? It's supposed to be $24.99 Canadian. So I'm very happy with the $6 I got this for. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Yeah, it's about Guinevere from Camelot. So sort of like Prince Arthur and all that, Merlin. Not, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a retelling. I know nothing about this book, but that's okay. As long as the vibes are there, as long as the vibes are immaculate, we will get through it. And next is a book I got sent actually from the publisher. I got sent a finished copy of Deva Shastri's Last Day. And wow, I'm actually really interested about this book because it has such an interesting premise that I've never heard about before. So Deva Shastri is the CEO of this Fortune 500 company. She's a millionaire, whatever. She's very rich. And she finds out that she has a deathly illness. She's going to pass away soon. She has to choose who she's going to pass on the torch as CEO. So she decides to use her last few months of living to find that heir. But she also has some secrets that are, threatening to come out. I mean, that seems so interesting and some nice representation. So yeah, very excited, and I'm also very thankful to have received this from Grand Central Publishing. Thank you so much. Also, stunning pink on the cover. Love it. Love the style of the art. And it has a very adult look to it that I just adore. So yeah, I was so happy to get this in the mail. Like a finished copy. Like that felt, that was a moment. That was a moment. Did I cry? No, but I was close to. That was, it was a moment. Next is The Year of the Reaper by Makia Lucier. I actually don't know anything about this book. It was actually a Fairyloot book that I got. Hence why the cover is so outstanding. Fairyloot has its own exclusive covers, as well as the edges are spray painted black, which I just love. Yeah, but I'm assuming it happens in a year, and there's a Reaper. That is all I can tell you guys. But still very interested to read it, and still very happy to have it. And you don't choose your books with Fairyloot, but they do a really good job of choosing books that are actually interesting. So I'm not too worried about being bored. It's going to be fantasy. It's going to be YA. It's going to be fun. Like, that's all you need to know. Speaking of fun, yes, the Love Hypothesis. So this one I actually bought after I read the book. I got the Kindle version, read it. Everybody was reading it. Everybody had read it. I felt so behind, and everybody was talking so positively about this book. I was so excited. One of my closest friends on Bookstagram, Riri Reads, had read it, talked beautiful things about it. So I was like, if Riri read it, I gotta read it. How did the last book I read in 2021, no, is it the last book I read? How did one of the last books I read in 2021 become a top 5 book of 2021? Like, how? Like, she just came out of the woodwork. She just like, whoop, taking the throne, move away. Like, wow. So yeah, I read the book on my Kindle, but as you see, Gabriella, you annotated it. I did. I went back. I annotated it while I was reading it on my Kindle. I wrote notes. I highlighted parts, and then I went back in my physical book, found all these places, and highlighted so I could have it in my physical book. And I actually really enjoyed that process for a book that I really enjoyed. I wouldn't do that for a book I didn't, but for a book I really enjoyed, I love going back into it and reliving some amazing moments and leaving my little notes there. But the book is still in perfect condition because I didn't have to bring it anywhere. I mean, genius move. Gosh, I love this book, but this book is the story of Olive and Adam. And Olive is a PhD candidate in biology at Stanford, and Adam is a professor, like a PhD overviewer in biology at Stanford, but he's not her PhD overviewer. What's the word? Anyways, you know what I mean. Anyways, it's not an enemies to lovers. It's a fake dating a broody male with sunshine girl. It's literally the epitome of like the basic ass trope. Loved it. Loved it. It was incredible. It was amazing. And Ali Hazelwood has become an instant buy author for me from this point on. And she's releasing 3 short stories this year. And the first one is coming out in February, I believe. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to read more. But yeah, once I read this on the Kindle, I was like, gotta own this one outright. So it was worth it. Also, I'm so happy because all the other books that I was seeing on TikTok has like, because it like became like a TikTok, like a BookTok huge thing. So they had a little sticker that said like TikTok like sensation or whatever. And when I bought it on Amazon, it didn't. So I was really happy about that because that is an ugly ass sticker. I did not need that. No, thank you, sweetie. Now, from one of my most recent acquirements, I have Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. This one was actually a book I pre-ordered like months ago that I totally forgot about. So I got a book in the mail and I was like, say what now? Because I haven't really bought, like I didn't buy books online or anything like that since like Black Friday. So I was very confused. But I bought the UK version because I just love the cover of the UK version. It's just outstanding. It had to be bought. It had to be bought. The US version is like good, but this one is excellent. Do I know what it's about? No. But I mean, Shelley Parker Shan and Elizabeth Lim learned it, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's also a chunker. Is it actually? No. How? It's 500 pages. Why is it so chunky? Now I'm a lot less scared of it. Also, the actual book is green, which is like my favorite color, and I love that for me. Little things that just make me happy, you know. I also love cherry blossoms. They're just outstanding, and they always bloom around in Japan. Like usually, often close to my birthday. I dream of one day going to Japan for like a birthday trip and having cherry blossoms. That's my dream. Is it an attainable dream? Not exactly, because I don't control trees. I mean, I may look like a control fauna and flora, but I don't. So we'll see. Whatever. Speaking of fauna and flora, Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. Another outstanding cover. This is going to sound really weird, but this gives me Taurus vibes. Anyways, but I love the cover. It's just outstanding. The bees, the syrup, the Small Favors is like embossed and it's like glossy, so it really feels like there's honey on it. This is another one that I bought from CLIO bookstore. And I thought it was about one thing, but apparently it's really not about that. Apparently it's about monsters. Beyond, enter not the forest deep, beyond the bells, the dark friends keep. Like, this cover does not scream monsters, but it makes it even more intriguing. Like, I'm so much more excited. Also, look at the end pages. Flowers and bees. We love to see it. I would love to read this in summer. I forgot about the spine. Look at this. I'm like rediscovering these books because this one I definitely bought like very soon after my last book haul with the other books with CLIO books. So I'm kind of reliving my shopping sprees. It's kind of replacing, you know, buying more books for me right now. It's working very well. Love to see it. Next is actually not a book, but it's like a bookish item that I got in a Fairy Loot box that I thought I would share. But it is a notebook that is inspired by From Blood and Ash, and it says, "From blood and ash we will rise." Isn't that beautiful? I can't wait to not write in it. Oh, I forgot. It's not a notebook. It's a book journal. I'm kind of tempted to use it for this year. I mean, it's simplistic and nice and cute. And I love the red sprayed edges. And I could still keep it and have it pretty on a bookshelf. Right? Right. Anyways. That same month, the Fairy Loot book, because I used to do videos for my Fairy Loot boxes. Well, I did 2. but I decided not to do it for the third box I got and the fourth. So I'm including this one in the book haul. But it is Jade Fire Gold, which is another book I was very excited for. And when I saw the hint from Fairy Loot, like a month or two, like maybe 2 months before the box came out, I knew it was Jade Fire Gold because when I prepare myself for the most anticipated book releases of the season, like I read so many synopses that like I know every book coming out, and so I was so excited, like oh, so good. But it's a story of two. I think this is why. So I'm assuming they're two teens. Her destiny, his revenge. But basically, he's heir to a throne, and it was stolen from him, and she's gonna help him get the revenge. It's supposed to be fantasy, war, um, you know, um, quest, and adventure, and it's also supposed to have a slow burn romance between the two, which I love. And also look at the sprayed edges. Look, it's a whole ass sword in the sprayed edges. Like, we love to see it. And also look. Isn't it beautiful? So that's her with a sword. That's him with his bow and arrow. We love to see it. And I love Fairy Loot editions. They're just outstanding and beautiful all the time. So I was just very happy with this. And then the top and bottom are pink sprayed edges. It's just outstanding. And they're always signed by the author as well. So, like, why the hell not? Like, hello? Anyways, next one is The Black Agenda by... it's edited by Anna Gifty Opoku Agyeman. Oh. Anyways, this is an advanced reader's copy I got from the author. The book came out February 1st. Black History Month. It just makes sense. And it is a book of solutions for a broken system. And this was sent to me by St. Martin's Press. So thank you, St. Martin's Press, for this. I got it a few weeks ago, and I haven't gotten to sink my teeth into it, but this would be the month to go into it. And it's not, like, very long. It's 329 pages. So I think this would be doable this month. I would love to get into it right now. Because it's the season. Like, I'm in the mood for romance, and I'm in the mood for supporting Black authors for two obvious reasons. So, anyways, next we have another book signed by the publisher Imago, by Octavia E. Butler. She has other books that I have to read first before I read this, but I'm excited to read this one when I get to it. And this is from Grand Central Publishing again. So, thank you for that. It's been like the three books that I got: Deva Shastri's Last Day, and Imago, and Black Agenda. The Black Agenda I got like in the same like week or 2 week span. That was like very exciting for me. Like, that was wow. And it was kind of sad because I was in a reading slump and I wasn't filming any videos, but I was like so excited because like I got books sent to me by the publisher. Like, we're the paparazzi. Like, oh my god. I'm like annoying myself at this point. Anyways, next is Undersong by Kathleen Winter. This is another book that I bought from Books with CLIO Bookstore. It's because I keep thinking of Books with Chloe, a booktuber I love, and then CLIO Bookstore, a bookstore I love, and I keep mixing them up together. Anyways. But it is sort of a fictional retelling of the story of Dorothy Wordsworth, who is the sister of William Wordsworth. She's a real person, and she was his muse and sort of all around, BFF. But the book, sort of implies that she was more than that, and she was probably writing all this shit for him, which is very likely good. Okay. Anyways, and so I'm really excited for this one. I bought this because of a book club that the CLIO Bookstore has. But unfortunately, I didn't read the book, so I didn't go to the book club meeting. But so I still have this to read. But it is from a Canadian author because it's sort of the trend that the CLIO Bookstore was going with. So I'm really excited. It seems like a nice read that is out of my comfort zone, but in the best way possible. Like, I feel like it's a good step forward into the grander reading space. Does that make sense? Like, I like poetry, I like retellings. Um, I'm not big on historical fiction, but I feel like these are like this is like a book that could expand me in different areas. So I'm really excited to get to it sometime this year. Next we have Bunny by Mona Awad. Books with Chloe recommended this, and she keeps talking about it. And I would love to read more of Mona Awad. She also released in 2021 All's Well, which sounds fantastic. But she seems to be writing all these books that are very. This one is dark academia. All's Well is not exactly dark academia, I think, but in any case, she has these sinister plots going on. I don't know much about Bunny. I know it's about in a school with a group of friends, and I know it's supposed to be dark, but like dark comedy and just overall sort of like fun darkness, if that makes sense. So I'm really excited for it, and every time I follow books with Chloe's advice, I have not been steered wrong. So we cannot fail. And I've only heard great things about this one and Mona Awad. And I was really happy because I got this from Book Outlet, so I probably got it for like $5 or $6, which is always fun. Another book I got from Book Outlet is Love is a Revolution. Would love, love, love to get to this month because I just said I was into Black authors and Black stories and romance, and this is literally what this is. So I really want to read it. This was released last year in February, but I just got it from Book Outlet. I love looking for books on Book Outlet. Like, they always surprise you, the books that they get. But yeah, I just really wanted to read it. It is a YA romance about a girl, and yeah, the blurb is the most radical thing you can do is love yourself and each other. So I feel like it's going to have a nice, good lesson in it. It's going to be a nice, fun, lighter read, because I feel like Black History Month can sometimes bring on the heavy when it comes to reading, because, right. Anyways, if I have to explain it, then I don't have to explain it. But anyways, I feel like this could be a nice way of, I don't know, getting into the subjects without, getting too heavy. Because I'm not in the mood for heavy right now. Like, this is not the vibe I'm going for, especially when I'm getting back into reading. I need some light, I need some fun, I need some, get back into the groove and get back on time to my reading goal for the year, which is now standing at 0 books read so far this year. We love to see it. Anyways, next, also from Book Outlet, was People Like Us by Dana Mele. This one is supposed to be another one of those like sort of Gossip Girl type shows, Pretty Little Liars type books. That's all I know about it. The reason I really wanted to read this one is actually because one of my favorite authors, Farida Abike Iyimide, who wrote Ace of Spades, said this book was one of the many books that she's read that inspired her to write Ace of Spades. And so I was like, okay, like, say less, I'm gonna buy this. And lo and behold, it was on Book Outlet for really cheap. So here I am. I have it. Also, my cousin bought this book recently. I don't know if she's read it yet, but in any case, I'm just very excited to be reading something. Like, knowing what inspired your favorite work of art is like crazy, and being able to get your hands on it. I feel like, just let's get deep for a second. I feel like, it's hard when you think about, art in the past. You don't really know what inspired them. You don't get to have them on Instagram and follow them and see, like, this is what I'm reading right now. Oh, this reminds me of this. Like, you don't get to go into their inner creative process as much. And nowadays we get to have hands-on approach to connecting with our favorite artists, authors. I just find it's such a special moment in time that we're in, and I feel like we don't appreciate it enough. So I'm trying to appreciate more the connection we get to have with other people, and the connection we get to have with people who inspire us and know what inspires them. So, anyways, that was a little Gabby tidbit for the day. Another book I bought is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I read my first Nicola Yoon in 2021, and it was so good, and it made me cry actually. So I can't wait to cry again. Will this one make you cry, guys? Tell me in the comments if this one will make you cry. The other Nicola Yoon I read was Instructions for Dancing. If you've read it, you know what I cried. But just thinking about it. Anyways, let's not. But this one also became a movie, so I can't wait to get my hands on watching the movie. Hands on getting. I can't wait to watch the movie. And yeah, and Nicola Yoon, I really love her writing. It was a more simplistic, like accessible writing style, at least from what I saw from Instructions for Dancing. But sometimes that's all you need. Like you don't need the heavy prose and verse kind of thing. But The Sun Is Also a Star could be completely different from the last one, so we will see. This could be another book I could read actually this month, because it is a romance and it is written by a Black author, and I'm assuming the main character is Black. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the main character is Black because the actress in the movie is Black and the author is Black. That makes sense. But anyways, I'm just giving myself ideas here. Next is from Book Outlet, All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. Again, another one that I don't know anything about, but I actually saw this on quite a few book talk, like TikToks of Sapphic reads, like Sapphic must reads, and it's a part of a series. It's the first one, and in the back it says Princess, Pirate, Stowaway, Mermaid, the crew makes the queen. Very intriguing. I'm excited. And also, like, I don't think it's a book that I would have, since I don't know enough about it, I don't know if I would have necessarily bought it full price, but like, who's gonna say no to a book, a hardcover for $5? Like, I mean, I'm strong, but I ain't that strong, you know what I mean? Next is, I think the only book I actually got from Amazon on this pile, but it is Love in the Time of Cholera. It is a classic that I've always wanted to read. This is in the English version, of course. My Spanish is not good enough to read the Spanish version, but one day I hope it will. But it is a story of a man who's been in love with this woman, madly in love, and she didn't choose him. And then about like a few decades later, her husband passes away. So he decides to shoot his shot. Which I mean, you do you, man. Like, ooh. And also it says in the back that he's had 622 affairs. Okay. Safe sex is good sex, you guys. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyways, next is The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. This was, I believe, from Chapters. I could be wrong. It could be from Amazon, but I remember buying this Black Friday. But this is a memoir, a remarkable memoir of resilience and redemption, and the revelatory look into a family at once deeply dysfunctional and uniquely vibrant. So yeah, it's about family struggles and a girl making it through her dysfunctional family, which I find was really interesting. And I actually got my eye on this book because Jack in the Books. I mean, if you don't know Jack in the Books and you're on BookTube, first of all, Google is free. But anyways, where are you? But Jack in the Books is probably one of the most prominent booktubers there is. But he has a series where he reads books recommended by celebrities. This was in the Taylor Swift video, and as we know, I am a Taylor fan, so I had to. So yeah. And it was like with the sale and some points I had, I think I even had like a gift card or something like that. It came out to really cheap, so I was like, let's just get my hands on it. I was just very excited. So next is The Mirror Season by Anna Mary McLemore. And it is a story of trauma and healing. And this is huge trigger warnings for sexual assault and abuse in general. But it seems like two people were assaulted by the same person, and they're sort of living mirror lives. And this is a book that has been on my radar since early 2021. So I was really happy to see it on the Book Outlet website, because again, it was one of those books that like I really wanted to read, but at the same time, it's like $25.99 plus taxes. Like, it's like hard sometimes for a book that is that small for me to reconcile, paying for it. Like, it's not even 300. It barely cracks the 300 pages. Like, I can't bring myself to pay $26 for that. So it is what it is. But Book Outlet has got my back. Look, it sounds like I'm doing like an ad for it. Like, if I was getting paid, it would be an ad, but I'm not getting paid. Like, this is fully from my heart. Guys, go look on Book Outlet. If ever you want to buy a book, go look on Book Outlet first. Like, honestly. Like, anyway. But this cover, just purely outstanding. It's just the vibrancy of the blues and the purples. I cannot. It's outstanding. It's outstanding. It is, honestly, I could sit here for hours talking about book covers. I really could. I mean, it is basically what I do already on this channel, but I could do more. Speaking of beautiful covers, we got Iron Widow, by Jade. It is a release of late last year. I actually had the arc from NetGalley, and I didn't read it because I'm a horrible person. I suck. So I feel bad. And I actually really wanted to read it. It's just like the timing wasn't right, and I didn't, because I used to be on NetGalley and I didn't have a Kindle. So whatever I read through NetGalley was like on my phone, which wasn't the best way to read. So I wasn't really feeling like reading this book on my phone. There's something about reading fantasy on my phone that just doesn't sound right. Like romance, yes, fantasy, no. And so it just never worked out. And then I just really wanted to read it. Then the book got released, so I was like, let's just buy it. Let's give her some coins, okay? And yeah, I got it late last year, probably December, and got it from Chapters. And oh my god, I thought it was the last book, and it's not. Let's stick together, y'all. Then we have Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. I read House in the Cerulean Sea last year and absolutely fell in love. And so Under the Whispering Door is his latest release that came August or September of 2021. It is, the blurb, death is only their beginning. It's already making me sad. Basically, this guy dies and he doesn't realize he's dead. But then the Reaper comes and knocking and he's like, hey, buddy. And actually, before sending him to the afterlife, he decides to drop him off in this random seaside town where this book takes place. And he meets a man and romance ensues, but also he's dead. So what's gonna happen? This is scary. I think the reason I haven't read this yet because I'm like really excited to read it, but it's definitely gonna make me cry, y'all. Like, it's just, the setup is already devastating. Like, how sad is that? Like, there's only one way this could end well. Next is The Dark Tide by Alicia Yasinka. And it is a story of this seaside, island town, where basically the dark tide comes every year and threatens, if you don't stop the tide, it will take over the island and everyone on it will die and everything on it will die and cease to exist. And to appease the dark tide, a sacrifice has to be made every year. You have to choose a person in town to sacrifice. I think usually it's like a teenager. It's way, come on. And this boy gets chosen and his sister volunteers as tribute. We've heard those before. And she and the queen end up, and but then it's like, do I kill you and save the town, but I'm in love with you, or do I save you and you run away and everybody we know dies, or do I let us die for love? Big questions to be answered in this book. And I'm very excited. It's a book that I don't hear really people talking about. I found it, just like I did All the Stars and Teeth. I found it like on a TikTok talking about sapphic books. And I thought it sounded really interesting. And it looks really good. So I was like, why the hell not? And here I am. Next, this one, I think I may have spoken to you guys before about, but I don't think so in the haul. So anyways, or maybe yes. Anyways, She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Shan. It is Mulan meets the Song of Achilles. It is a retelling of a fictional retelling of a battle of during the Ming Dynasty, I believe. Main character is a woman. She's a fighter. She Who Became the Sun. I feel like I've talked to you guys about this before. In any case, it sounds like a great book. It can be talked about twice. It's fine. Yeah. Next is The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling. I read my first Isabel Sterling this year, and I really enjoyed it. It was a nice, light, fun read. I think it ended up being like, it wasn't a 5-star for me, but like it was a lot of fun. This came in a Fairloot box. They did this thing last year where they did the regular full-blown book plus a paperback edition that was like, the cover was special, but there's no like sprayed edges or anything like that. Is it signed by the author? Oh, it is. Oh, that's cute. So yeah, it is signed by the author. Oh yeah, it's a digital signature. That's what it is. Yeah. And it is a story of a vampire and something else. Wait. Yeah. Anyways. It's death drew them together, life could tear them apart. Anyways, there's a vampire and a human, I believe. And it is from the author of These Witches Don't Burn, which I read last year. And it comes a paranormal romance for fans of Rachel Mead and Stephanie Meyer. Am I a fan of Stephanie Meyer? Like, really, truly, like, do we consider that fan? I don't know. But I mean, I'm a sucker for a sapphic love story. I'm a sucker for vampires, so why the hell not? Let's just go ahead. And I liked Isabel Sterling's writing style. It was very simple and fun and just light. And These Witches Don't Burn has a sequel, which I actually really want to read, that I don't own yet. Next is The Charm Offensive. This is my most recent acquirement. I got it actually just this weekend by Alison Cochrane. And the synopsis is like literally like fan fiction. I love it. Well, I mean, when you think about it, considering like the generation and the age of most of the new authors these days, who, especially those who write new adult or YA, like most of them probably got their start writing fan fiction. And you can tell, and it's the best thing ever because fan fiction is amazing. And with a little bit of editing, with a little bit of budget, we get some masterpieces. Hence how we got The Love Hypothesis. You know? So anyways. So yeah, The Charm Offensive is basically the story of this guy. He's a producer for a reality TV show. And it's a love TV show, you know, a la Bachelor. And he decides to amp up his show by adding this new guy in. But the new guy seems to only have chemistry with the producer and none of the contestants. So we all know where it's going. I'm so excited. This was to fight my reading slump. I wanted to get some just basic ass fun romance. You know, like when it's romance that only comes in paperback. You know that vibe? Oh, I love it. So I had to get my hands on it, and I've heard amazing things about it. So we're all very happy. Next, speaking of love, we've got Heartstopper Volume 3. This book is heavy for some reason. The stock of paper is like 1,000,000 grams. Anyways, but yeah, Heartstopper is a story of, oh my god, I'm having a Nick and Charlie. Little blanked out. And it is the 3rd volume. There's Volume 4 has come out, and I think Volume 5 is coming out soon. But it is by the author Alice Oseman, and it is a graphic novel of these 2 boys in high school who fall in love. Like, it's very simplistic, very fun. And it makes your heart stop, you know? What it says on the tin is fact. And so yeah, I've actually read it already. Not much to say, it's just like, just fun and amazing and great and light. I don't know. Next, also a very recent edition is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I got at the same time as The Charm Offensive. Again, I wanted a paperback romance, you know? And the Get a Life, Chloe Brown has been on my radar forever. And I never ended up buying it, and I don't know why. But now I did. So, and I actually started reading it, hence why I have the bookmark in here. But it is the story of this girl. She's chronically ill, and she decides to take her life back after a near-death experience, and decides to write sort of like a semi-bucket list, which includes enjoy a drunken night out. Like, how have you not done that? Ride a motorcycle? I haven't done that. Go camping? I have. Have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex. Travel the world with nothing but hand luggage. I mean, I've traveled the world with only a backpack, but I mean, it's made for travel, so I don't know if that counts. And do something bad. I've never done anything bad in my life. I am literally perfect. So I could never fill that bucket list. But, yeah. And then, you know, she has a flat, and in comes Redford, the superintendent. You know where it's going. Oh, also, I wanted to show you guys some recent acquirements in the bookmark department. So right now in my Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I have this bookmark. I don't know if you can really read what it says on it, but it says GabysPages. My boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. And yeah, oh, it was upside down. Here. GabysPages. And yeah, my boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. I have my own branding now. Feels so powerful. And then in my Heartstopper, I still have in there, it's Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty. I got it from Chapters. I fell upon it by accident, and I was so excited because months ago, I saw a TikTok of a girl coming out of Chapters with a Pickle Rick. And I was like, everybody in the comments was like, where'd you get it? And it was like Chapters. And I was like, what? And I looked everywhere on the internet. No one had a regular Pickle Rick. Like, it's like it never existed. And then I walked into Chapters the other day, and I'm just strolling around, and there it is. Just laying around. There's like 5 of them right then and there. It's a mystery I will never solve, but I'm so happy I finally have it. I'm like it feels like a once in a lifetime moment. You know what I mean? No, you probably don't know what I mean because I sound psychotic, but that's fine. Next is I ordered a special edition of If We Were Villains by Emma Rio. There was a 10th anniversary edition coming out on Book Depository, actually. It was a British edition, and it is signed by the author, and it has special black sprayed edges with a special new cover. And again, I was going through Dark Academia kick, so I was like, let's go. So I just had to. And also, it was the same price. Getting the special edition from Book Depository was the same price as getting the regular paperback edition here in Canada, either on Amazon or Chapters. So I had to get the bag. Like, it was literally going to save me money. So yeah, and I love the opportunity of getting a book signed by the author. So we won. And now we're finally at the last book, guys. We've made it. And it is The Firekeeper's Daughter, another one from Book Outlet. Another one that looks like a chonker, but bet it's not. Nope, less than 500 pages. Why does it look so thick? Anyways, The Firekeeper's Daughter. I'm not much sure what it's about, but I know there's a lot of talk of Indigenous representation and all those kinds of things. There's a lot of talk about, you know, our current situation in the Indigenous population, in the Indigenous community, and it takes place in the U.S., but there's also a lot of talk about Canada in there. That's what I do know, which I think is really important, and it was kind of a coincidence because I didn't know much what it was about. I found out a few things afterward, but you know, with what's been going on in the past few months in Canada, with all we've been finding out about residential schools. Well, not finding out, but you know, all we've been finding in residential schools and all. You know, anyways, this feels like a good addition to my bookshelf. And I'm still in 2022 on my quest to have more representation on my bookshelves of all sorts of communities. Last year, I was really trying to get some more Asian representation on my bookshelves because I had none. and I've done a pretty good job. Like, I've got a lot more Asian representation on my shelves now, and I think 2022 is going to be a lot about getting more Native and Indigenous writers here on my shelves as well. And I'm always trying to get some more Black authors and Black stories as well, because not only do they represent me, but they're still a minority that is still just getting its way through in the writing community. So is the Asian community. Like, I'm still gonna try and get as much variation in my books, but I think this year is gonna be like really about getting more native authors and stories. I have a few other books on my radar that I would like to buy, if my wallet agrees with me, to try and add that variety to my bookshelf. But it's kind of my goal, so I'm hoping throughout the year to have not as many book hauls as last year, but also for those book hauls to be more varied and show that work on my side. But anyways, that was all for this book haul today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social medias are linked down below. My affiliate link for Book Outlet is also down below. If it's your first purchase, you get $5 off, and I get $5 off, which we love to see. Let me know down below what are the most recent books you've bought recently. I would love to find out and get more books on my TBR. We love to see it. So thank you very much, guys. Love you all. See you very soon. Bye-bye.